All right, we are here with Steve Samuels. He is the CEO of Insta Answer, which is an answering service and dispatching company. They have been in business for 50 years in the US, and it takes a lot to stay in business and grow every year for any company for that long. So, Steve, we're going to talk about a case study with you today in the elevator industry, because that's one of the industries that you guys specialize in. Can you tell us a little bit about the client that we'll be discussing today?
We're going to talk about a client today who's based in New York City. They're very involved in the local elevator association and also in the National Elevator Association. Their name's Morgan Elevator. They're a terrific family-owned company, well established in the tri-state area. They came to me because they had a lot of problems. They were having trouble getting their phone answered in a timely manner. People were stuck in the elevator cars and people weren't picking up. But the other major problem was they work in the tri-state area, so they could have people in different regions, whether it be uptown Manhattan, downtown Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn. And we were able to dispatch to their different zones. And I think it made a huge difference having people who are competent, who know the elevator industry, who know how to handle their database. When dispatching, you can take an address from somebody and dispatch it out. But having someone's database of all their clients will allow you to ascertain where it goes. Does it go to the north, the south, Queens, Brooklyn? So I think that solved a big problem to them. It allows their managers to sleep well at night while we're dispatching out to their technicians.
And you provide 24-hour-a-day service?
With 24 hours, 7 days a week. But, at lunchtime or weird holidays or union holidays, we're available. It's really on-demand staffing.
And so, knowing what challenges that they were facing when they came to you, what solutions and strategies did you guys actually employ to address those challenges?
We wanted to see what was really going on. So what we did was we first established a script. We wanted to make sure what were the questions they needed answered. Simple questions of the elevator car, the location of the elevator, are people on credit hold, or what it might be. So once we got a good feeling for all the questions, we put into action by holding their database and putting the correct questions down to where the person's located in the database and being able to dispatch to the right zone. So we were able to really come up with great solutions after being able to understand what all their needs were and what information they wanted at the end of the day. But better than that was delivering a report to them on a daily basis. That report would show them everything that happened the previous day.
And who in the company receives those reports?
There's a general manager there, there's ownership there, and there's a dispatcher there who has to follow up on the call for the next morning, or they might need to do it for billing reasons. So a multitude of people need those messages.
So tell me how technology played a role in your solutions provided to this company, Morgan Elevator.
Technology is a really big part of it. Our business is based around people, but without great technology, it's tough for the people to do their job. So let's first talk about uptime, not going down. Being powered by Ring Central is probably one of the biggest cloud phone companies throughout the world. And having their redundancy is everything. It allows us to stay up and never go down. That is the most important. And powered by Salesforce to be able to script phone calls the way you like, be able to hold databases. It is just wonderful. Technology put together all by NICE inContact really helps. Yes, we do a lot of voice communications, but elevator companies now are asking us to accept emails from their clients. So being able to accept emails is a big deal too, and dispatch it out to the right technician in the proper zone.
Can you tell me about any measurable outcomes or results that were achieved through your solutions for this company?
The biggest thing that we achieved is that over 90% of the phone calls get answered in the first ring. The last 10% of the phone calls probably wait 5 seconds. So that was a major, major goal that we wanted, and we succeeded in doing that. Another thing that we really do well is the 2019 code came in about. Recently, they asked us to be able to do that. And it was really nice to be able to step to the plate, be able to be their dispatch center. But when they needed this new 2000 code requirement to be able to monitor video monitoring cars, we can do it. So they came to us. I think their first car was a WordTAC phone. And we were ready, willing, and able, and had experience in doing it. We work with all the major manufacturers and we're agnostic. So I was happy to achieve that goal for them.
So how did you ensure a smooth transition when it came to integrating your solution with the client's existing systems?
It's an approach where we set up a conference call between our frontline manager who needs to be on the phones, who's going to manage the account. We bring our programmer together who brings probably 30 or 40 different elevator scripts together, looking at all their questions. And we bring our training team together. And we probably have a 60-minute phone call, and we're able to ascertain everyone's needs. I mean, not everyone has, the final solution of how to attack this. Everyone has, their little go-to features. At the end of it, I definitely have my input because I feel I've been doing this a long time with elevator companies and contractors. Between my staff of over probably a couple of 100 years of experience, we just implemented a great plan.
And so how are you measuring your customer feedback for customers like Morgan Elevator?
We have a team that sits in the background that monitors calls all the time. When a client comes to us, they're assigned a manager who's listening to their phone calls live and after the fact of what's going on. So we're big on being very proactive on tweaking the account, letting the client know what's going on in the account. Do they have runaway elevator cars, meaning elevator phones are ringing too much off the phones and they need to be fixed? Or customers are being aggravated by us asking maybe an extra question too much. It's really all about the TLC, the white glove concierge service, of having one of my managers watch over their account for a good 30 days. Once that's done, it's put into Lynn Abba, who's my manager over all of my elevator clients, and she watches over them, and she's their contact point to be able to fix or answer any questions from our partners.
And that kind of leads into the next question, but what ongoing support or maintenance services do you offer your clients after you do implement your solution?
We have a quarterly review with our clients, and that quarterly review, one first does a lot of simple tasks where we update, we call their contact list of all their employee phone numbers to make sure things haven't changed. We also do a review of their database. We give them their database in Excel file to make sure all their addresses are up to date all the time. And we give them 3 random phone calls to listen to say, hey, this is how we're doing it. Do you have any comments or any reviews on us? That's what we do on an ongoing quarterly basis.
And then how do you stay updated with the latest trends and advancements in your world and in the elevator world? So not only in the dispatching answering service world, but also the elevator world. How do you keep up to date with all the trends?
We keep up with the trends with outside the elevator world. We belong to organizations like CCW, and we're learning the best practices in customer service. It doesn't have to be in the elevator world. Best practices in customer service is always just good to learn. We would love to learn all about new voice bots and bots that in the background monitoring our staff. So we learn a lot about that stuff. We also belong to the National Elevator Association here in the US, and we like to be very active in that. We're at the trade show with a booth. And we like to just see our partners, but also learn what's going on and what their needs are. And this year we just joined the Canadian Association. You just learn more. The more elevator associations you belong to, the more you're going to learn. We're very open-minded, and we love to educate ourselves on best practices, and that's how we do it.
So is there anything else you want to leave your listeners and viewers with today about your answering service, about the elevator world, about what people should be doing?
The most important thing I can say is, we're successful as a company because we made a lot of mistakes. We've been in business for over 50 years, and I think making those mistakes allowed us to be so great. This is how we're great. So my suggestion to the world is don't be scared of change or making mistakes, because you can pick yourself up and grow from there. And I think taking on good calculated risk is a healthy environment. We're open for change here at Insta Answer, and I hope folks out there would be interested in just listening to our way of give the greatest customer service. I think we have a lot of great ideas with a lot of great people.
And if anyone listening today wants to get a hold of you at Insta Answer, how do they do that?
Just go to our website and leave a request at www.instaanswer.com. And I would just love to chat.
Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you for being here. And everybody should be calling Insta Answer for their elevator dispatching needs, and you'll get the best customer service there is out there.